Do you really care about those people's lives that you're scrolling past? Social media, man, I'm gonna say it's one of the top productivity killers, especially for women. A lot of y'all can't stay off your phone first. It hurts us men too, and it was hurting me, so I'm gonna explain like what I did to counteract that. But first, let's talk about social media real quick. So if you paid attention to my mental video, I talk about the release of dopamine and how modern society now is desensitized to it, and social media does that all the time. If you realize, a lot of y'all you just scroll like endlessly, and you don't even get that same joy that you used to out of social media. You know why? Because social media constantly releases dopamine. Oh, look at this pretty picture. Look at this video. It was funny. And you like open TikTok, pass time, and not be bored. If you scroll and you don't see a TikTok that engages your attention within 2 seconds, you're gonna scroll past. And that's another thing. Our attention spans are getting shorter. That's why I'm worried about YouTube. People won't watch my videos, but it is what it is. That's why TikTok is so popular right now, because all the videos were like a minute and under, and they usually catch your attention very fast. If you really think about it, you don't need to be on social media all the time. You go on Instagram, you scroll until you find something interesting, and then you heart it, and then like move on past it. Do you really care about those people's lives that you're scrolling past? I don't really think so, especially on Snapchat. I've seen people go on Snapchat, scroll, click a story, don't even watch the story all the way, and just skip. They don't stop. They look at everyone's story, skip. I started doing it too. And YouTube's bad for you too. YouTube will make you go down a rabbit hole. These apps are designed for you to stay on them as possible, so they feed you content and they give you ads. But if social media isn't benefiting you in one way, if you're not using it to actually keep in touch with people you love, to grow your brand and grow your business, using it to learn, then there's really no point if you're using it. But I know a lot of y'all cannot stand not being on social media. So what I'm gonna show you is how I limit it. For me, I don't use Instagram that much, so I have a timer. I have a timer on it for about 11 minutes. If you guys look through your phone, I can't give a tutorial for iPhone users because I don't have an iPhone, but I realized that iPhones do have this because I talked about this to my friend. Look up a tutorial on how to set a timer for the apps that you use. So on my phone, you want to go on your social media and put timers on all your apps, especially if you find yourself on them for way too long. If you're on TikTok for more than 30 minutes, that's kind of crazy. I actually deleted TikTok because I'm not getting any beneficial value from it. Instagram, I usually use that to text my family members, especially my sister, because she doesn't like texting me on normal messages. And I don't have much use for Instagram right now, even though I am trying to build it. And once it gets bigger, then I'll use it more. But since I'm not using it too much, timer on it for 6 minutes. And I do 6 because once I hit that 5th minute, the app automatically closes and says, your app is locked for the day. But if I put it on 6 minutes, once that 5 minutes is up, it'll give me a 1-minute warning. That will let me get off the app. And if someone texts me, I'll still be able to use the app. And before the timer runs out, I'll tell them, I have a timer on my phone, just text me on my number if they want to keep the conversation going. On Snapchat's an interesting one. So you know how I talked about what I talked about before with the mindless like scrolling and tapping through? What I did to prevent that is I actually muted everyone's story, so I'm not tempted to just scroll through it. If you just go on Snap, scroll to the right, and look at all your friends' stories that they posted, if you just hold their story down, I'm not sure if it's the same for iPhone obviously, but if you pull up the option to look at everyone's story settings, if you just mute everyone's story, you won't be tempted to just go through everyone. You can still open the muted stories tab to see everyone's stories, but you're going to be less likely to click through them. And I also have Snap for 16 minutes because people text me on Snap and they hate texting me on messages because I have Android and they don't like the green bubbles. And I also have streaks on there. I don't use Facebook that much. I do use Facebook Marketplace though, so I have a timer on that for 11 minutes. YouTube is actually my weakness. I love YouTube. I have a 2-hour limit on that. I usually, for the most part, I use YouTube to help me find references for things, so I try to keep that one open as long as possible. Obviously, I don't try to be on there for 2 hours, but that gives me room because I use YouTube to learn, to further, like YouTube University is a thing, so I use YouTube to learn, and I use YouTube to help me give references to making these videos. And then obviously, sometimes you just need YouTube to learn how to do something, so I keep that app open. Twitter I don't have, but I know how Twitter be, so try to use your best judgment for that. Found a rabbit hole with Reddit too, so whatever social media you're using, try to figure out if you really need it and just put a timer on. Simple as that. I also have an option on my phone to hide apps. So not only do I have a timer, I actually hide the app until I really need to use it.
Bro, if you're going that far, why don't you just delete social media?
I just told you the reasons I use it, but I really could delete social media. I deleted Instagram yesterday because I don't really need it. Every app that I'm using for business now, I'm trying to just only use it on my computer when I need to. After that, you should be good. So next is email. So email, some of y'all are crazy with y'all emails. Y'all have 1,000 or more emails that you are not responding to, and you just have that notification bubble that's just sitting there. It bothers me. It obviously doesn't bother some people, but I highly recommend you clearing your emails, because once you get into the professional world, you're going to be checking your emails a lot. Unsubscribe from the annoying marketing emails that you're getting. Delete all the emails you're not using. And then you want to have a management system for your email. So for my email, I have 3 folders that say completed, action required, and something else. When I get an email and I need to actually respond to it or do what the email says, I put it in action required. Once it's completed, then I put it in the completed section. But I also have some other labels. One is specifically receipt, because you never know when you need them. Another one is conversations I have through email in case I need to look back on them later, so I just put it in the conversations tab. And then there's a few more, but I don't exactly remember. But those are the most important. You're gonna have to look up a tutorial on that as well, because I won't be able to show you. And then after you do that, just go through your phone, delete apps you're not using, go through your pictures, organize them, delete pictures you don't need. I know a lot of Apple users have trouble managing their storage space. Just try to keep it as organized as possible. Go through your computer if you have one and delete all the files you don't need. Boom. Yeah, I wasn't really planning on vlogging today either. It's more of a talk and just some B-roll. But yeah, thanks for watching this one. Hopefully you enjoyed the vertical video. We're trying to get 1% better every day. And yeah, let's level up.